In the chaotic aftermath of the 2003 U.S.-led invasion of Iraq, the country was quickly unraveling into something few had predicted: a melting pot of sectarian violence, foreign insurgents, local militias, and shadowy terrorist networks that operated with near impunity. Baghdad, once a functioning capital, had turned into a nerve-wracking labyrinth of danger where anything could happen to anyone at any moment. And on one seemingly normal spring day in 2004, it did. 5 foreign contractors, 4 Italian and 1 Polish, were yanked off the streets of the Iraqi capital in a meticulously coordinated kidnapping that would soon escalate into a full-blown crisis. The message from the kidnappers was horrifyingly clear: pay a ransom or they would start executing the hostages. And to show they weren't bluffing, they executed one of the Italians on camera and broadcast the footage to the world. A grotesque calling card that would instantly capture the attention of intelligence agencies and special operations commands across the globe. But what followed wasn't a negotiation, it was a manhunt. One that would see America's most elite special operations forces, specifically the U.S. Army's Delta Force, enter the fray. For most people, Delta Force is little more than a name, a mysterious black ops unit rarely acknowledged by the Pentagon and even less often spoken about publicly. But in situations like this, when innocent lives hang in the balance and time is bleeding out, the unit, as it's known internally, doesn't hesitate. With 4 elite squadrons, A, B, C, and D, each packed with roughly 70 of the most highly trained special operators on Earth, Delta Force stands at the pinnacle of the U.S. military's counter-terror and hostage rescue capabilities. Alongside the Navy's own powerhouse, the Naval Special Warfare Development Group, more commonly known as SEAL Team 6, Delta operates under the Joint Special Operations Command, JSOC, ready to deploy anywhere on the planet within hours. And this time, the target was in the middle of Baghdad, a city drowning in insurgency and chaos. Before a single operator straps on a helmet or loads a rifle, intelligence has to do its job. And in a battlefield like 2004 Iraq, that was easier said than done. The insurgency was not a unified enemy. It was a deadly mosaic of actors: Saddam loyalists, Sunni extremists, Shiite militias like the Mahdi Army, and foreign jihadists including Al-Qaeda in Iraq, all with their own turf, rules, and brutality. For Delta Force, the process of finding hostages begins with what one operator called raiding your way to the top. That meant constant action, raids leading to captures, captures leading to interrogations, interrogations leading to more raids. Each piece of intel, whether from a prisoner, a recovered cell phone, or a hastily scribbled note, was a possible key to a locked door. And behind one of those doors, they hoped, were the remaining hostages. Time is everything in these kinds of ops, a retired Delta Force operator later revealed. People think you can track them like in the movies, but the truth is, they move people in minutes. You blink, and the target's gone. That sense of urgency only escalated after a breakthrough. A coalition special operations unit, during a routine debrief of a captured insurgent, extracted a lead, one that hinted at the location of the hostages. Instantly, analysts and field teams shifted gears. Signals intelligence started to focus on a compound that matched the prisoners' descriptions. JSOC's surveillance assets circled overhead. Eyes were on, ears were listening, and JSOC's close target reconnaissance teams moved in, blending into the civilian backdrop, noting patterns of life and exits,